is Connie Malay. I'm a voice crying in the wilderness. You know what? I'm so excited today um, to bring this message to you because I've been thinking about it for a little while, and it's going to be on idols. That's right. It's about idols because I have a testimony myself, and so let's just get into it. Exodus. I'm looking from Exodus 20:3. And it says, "Thou shalt have no other gods before me." So God is letting us know that nothing's supposed to go before Him. Not your pastor, not your husband, not your children, not your car, not your clothes, not your expensive shoes and makeup or perfume, or not your business. Nothing supposed to come before God. I looked up idol, and the definition of idols is an image or representation of a god used as an object of worship. Again, an idol is an image or representation of a god used as an object of worship. So when you see your pastor as being more than a man or a woman, that's your idol. If you see this car as like, oh, I don't want to scratch on it, even though nobody wants their car scratched up now, but just all the time just rubbing on it. Oh, it's got a little dirt on it. Let me get that off of there. You know, when the car is perfectly clean, you don't want nobody to touch it. That's your idol. You got a business that before you got anything, you were seeking the Lord, but then after you got all this money, you got away from it. The business, your idol now. Your children. Sometimes people they see their children more than than what they are. We all love our children, but when you're thinking your child don't do no wrong, you don't want nobody saying nothing to them when they are wrong. Um, you're defending them for stuff that they shouldn't do anyway. That's your idol. You know, those Louis Vuitton or Louis Vuitton, however how you say it, them shoes you bought. You know, granted, I think they're pretty, but I mean, as you keep on buying Louis Vuitton, Saint Laurent. Not saying nothing's wrong with that, because that's your business if you got the money to pay for it. But if that's your constant, is on what you got physically, that's your idol. I'm gonna tell a story before I get off of here. Um, I was going to a church, and I loved my church. I loved my man of God, and to this day I still love him. But he made a mistake. I'm not gonna say what he did. He strayed and did something, and I asked him beforehand about the situation, and he said no, it wasn't happening. But anyway, I found out that it was happening. But I told him beforehand if I ever knew he did something that was sinful and I knew about it, I couldn't go there no more. And the reason I said that, because if somebody's leading you, I'm not saying they perfect because they gonna mess up. They're human. But I'm saying I couldn't stay under somebody like that because whatever's on the head is gonna fall down to the congregation. And it was definitely like that. But anyway, so when I found out that this happened, It crushed me. I was so hurt because this man of God wasn't just my pastor. He was my friend. We talked every day. He even uh, saw me as his mom. I saw him as my son. And when I found out this particular thing happened, I was crushed. And I stopped going to the church like I said I was going to do. I stopped going. And then not only that, I stopped going to church altogether for a while because of what I found out. And so that's why I'm saying. And then I found out later on down the line. I just kept thinking about it. Why? I mean, I know I was hurt because I feel if he said I was his mom, he would have told me from the beginning. I wouldn't have had to find that out by somebody else what happened. But after he told me after I found it out, but I don't know. I just felt that he would have told me, like I said, because we was just that close. Everybody knew we was close. But the point I'm making is, uh, I thought about it because it's been years now. It's been maybe almost 2 years now. I think it might be almost 2 years that I haven't been there. I still think about him. I still pray for him. I still love him. But I was so disappointed, so let down. And the thing is, the Lord let me know. I'm going to help somebody now. The Lord let me know that wasn't only your friend. He wasn't only your pastor. He was your idol. You had made that man out of an idol. You had made him be something he wasn't. He wasn't perfect. But in your eyes, he was perfect. In your eyes, he could do no harm or he couldn't do nothing wrong. And I said, oh my Lord. And I started thinking, I said, yeah, I think I did. I think I did make him into an idol. So that's why I wanted to talk about this because so many times sometimes we don't even think what we're doing. We might love our man of God or woman of God so much. We look over things they do, things they say. Um, Sometimes when we just see them more than life sometimes because they're in that pulpit. But we forget they're human. They're not perfect. They make mistakes like we make mistakes every day. So I'm telling you guys, if anything is taking the place of God, then you need to make it right. You need to switch it around because God is first. If you're saying a God, God is supposed to be first. And he said also he's a jealous God. So that means you're not gonna sit up and just put anything before him and think that's all right because it's not all right. And so anyway, I believe that's all I'm supposed to say. You guys know I don't drag it on. I don't make nothing up. Yeah, I just had to talk about it because God let me know that I had made that man of God an idol. Something that was high up. And before we go off of here, let me read it. What I had wrote down about the idol. Um, I had already said idols are an image or representation of a god used as an object of worship. So actually, I was worshiping it. If you're sitting up, know that you're a man of God or woman of God, or you know, or whoever that's over you, bishop, apostle, you know the titles. If you know that they're wrong and it's not going by the word, then you also have made it idol because you're believing what he say over the word. But let me get back to what I was saying. Uh, Words for idol is like an icon, a god, image, a figure, a hero of sorts, a heron of sorts, a celebrity, favorite, apple of one's eye. So if your pastor, your car, your children, your business, your YSL purse, your expensive shoes, your expensive perfume, I don't know, I think I said your house, whatever it is. If it is an icon to you, if it's a God to you, if it's a hero to you, if it's an apple of your eye, because it got to be an apple of your eye. It's got to be something that's like, ooh. It has to be important to you, something that's more important to God. Then that's your idol. And I'm asking you today to get your priorities in order. It's all right to like things, and it's all right to love your pastor, but you love nothing more than God. God is the reason why we're alive right now. God is the reason why I'm sitting in this chair, can move my mouth, have a voice, got hands to move around. My eyes is blinking. You know, I'm blessed. We're all blessed. So never put a thing or a person ahead of God. I just felt somebody need to hear that. That's all. I hope it helps somebody. And if it helped you, push that like button, share and subscribe. All right? All right. God bless you. No more idols. No more idols. In Jesus' name. All right. God bless you now. Until next time.